Welcome to my channel. Let's talk about it. I'm going to talk about toxic relationship on today, which I already told you I was going to talk about this relationship that I was in for 7 months with this married man who lied to me and told me he was just in a toxic relationship. He was trying to get out of the toxic relationship and he wanted to be with me. I said, okay. So, time go on and whatever, move on. I found out he was lying. I found out he had a wife and a girlfriend at the same time. I had to let it go. We often find ourselves in situations where men's and women's, it's both genders, male and female. So when I talk about it, I date men's. So what come out of my mouth basically be a man. I'm not saying women don't do nothing, because they do it too. So I just want to clarify that right there. So if you're a man, just put a woman in there. That's all I'm saying. So I want to talk about how we often find ourselves in these manipulations and webs of lies that men come and tell us. He made me feel like I was the only thing. He wanted to marry me. He wanted me to be his wife and all this right here. Y'all, at 45 years old, I thought I had it together. I thought wasn't nobody going to come into my life and manipulate me again. But boy, was I wrong. So now I'm learning. I want to share my story with you because if you're in a relationship with someone who's already committed to someone, all you have is breadcrumbs. So you don't have anything. And they're not, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to leave that main woman. So then you need to make demands. If you want me, then you need to leave her. I don't believe in giving a man an ultimatum like that, because I would never tell nobody to leave somebody for me, because once they leave somebody for you, the first thing that person gonna say, well, I left that person for you, da-da-da this and da-da that. No, you leave them because you want to leave them. Don't ever leave nobody for me. So I realized that all my life I've been connected to toxic relationship. So I'm not gonna go into full details. You just have to read my book. Who knew that God could use broken things? So when we are in a toxic relationship, you have to realize this is where he came to me. He said, I'm in a toxic relationship. He was the one that's toxic. He is the one that's toxic. How you going to be in a toxic relationship and you got a wife, a girlfriend, then you come to me? But you in a toxic. Yeah, you sure is. You the toxic. You the poison. He is the poison. And then when they leave you, they want to talk bad about you to the next female. Oh, she's slow, she dumb, she ain't this, she ain't that. I wasn't done when you were laying up with me. I wasn't done when you was doing for me. I don't like men like that. Like, you are not a man. You can be a male that do manly things, but you're not a man. Because a man is loyalty. A real man or woman don't go around breaking people. Don't go around talking about people. Don't go around hurting nobody. You are a boy trapped in a man's body that still just grew up. You just a boy that grew up, that didn't grow up to become a man, but you are capable of doing manly things. When I say they're capable of doing manly things, that means that they can work, hold a job down. They can do finances pretty good. They can buy houses, lands, and all of this. They can do all of this right here. But they don't know how to be a man in one woman's life. Your characteristic does not show you to be loyal to anyone. So you're not a man. You're not a man. So I want to teach y'all, or not teach you, but tell you how we can avoid toxic relationship. So when you start dating a man, this is what I come up with. I would ask them several questions. Make you a list of questions. My questions would be, are you married? Are you in a toxic relationship? Do you have a girlfriend? Are you married with a girlfriend? And can I come over to your house and spend multiple nights? If the guy, all these questions should be no, and one question should be yes. The only question that should be yes is if I can come over to his house and spend multiple nights. That means that there's no other woman coming over there to his home. If you can't go to his home and spend multiple nights, or he cannot come to your house and spend multiple nights, then you don't need to be involved with that man. He's not a good fit. I'm not saying on the first date or the second date. I'm talking about as the relationship grows and y'all get to know each other and y'all decide to step into that realm right there of spending the nights with each other. When y'all become comfortable with that. Have a list of questions that you want to ask the man. Like this man, he believed in God, but he didn't believe in Jesus, right? I'm like, well, this is not going to work because I want a man because you have to believe in Jesus. How can he pray for me if he don't believe in Jesus, right? Because the Father said, God said, whatever you want, ask me in my son's name. Jesus said, whatever you want, ask the Father in my name, and it shall be given unto you. He can't even go into prayer for me because he don't believe in Jesus, right? So you need to ask, just say, some men don't want their women's working, right? So say, for instance, if you're a woman, you have good income, some men are uncomfortable about that, and it causes confusion. It causes conflict because some men don't want a woman that makes more than them. So you need to find out how that man feel about you working, you making more than them or whatever. And if that's an issue, can he overcome that issue? If he cannot overcome the issue, that's not a good fit for you because somewhere down the line, he going to want you to quit that job. Somewhere down the line, he going to start belittling you about something. So all I'm saying that you need to have some questions. We need to start asking questions now. I'm not saying in the beginning, when you first date a man, don't invite him to your house or a woman. Don't invite. But I tell a man, take me out on a date first. That man took me out on a date first before he came to my house. And I still didn't let him come to my house to meet my kids. I'm like, I'm not ready for you to come to my house. I'm not ready for you to meet my kids. Let's get to know each other. So we would meet up at the hotel or something. And that's how we would and we would just communicate and try to get to know each other before I brought him into my home to meet my kids. Now, he seemed to be a good man. Nice, bought me gifts, whatever I wanted, I got. I didn't have to want for nothing with him. Like, he seemed the perfect fit. But then I found out that he was actually married. And I'm like, I cannot go on with that. But I dealt with it for a few more months. Then I found out he had a girlfriend. And I was so heartbroken. I was so heartbroken when I found that. Because this man was good to me. And to find out that he did all this right here, he was involved in all this right here. I'm like, I can't. I was the third. Like, why would you come and break me? I was single for 5 years. I'm waiting on my husband, right? I'm waiting on somebody, for God to send me somebody. And I'm telling him this. So why would you come in my life and break me when you know you're not capable of loving me and meet my expectation, and you already married with a girlfriend? But I can't tell y'all too much of my story because I want you to read the book. If I tell you everything now, you're not going to read the book. Who knew that God could use broken things? It will be coming out in the first week of January. And I'm going to see if we can get pre-orders, so I'll be back on here to talk about that. But it's talking about my whole life, the different relationship that I'm talking about. So I'm learning now to find out everything that I possibly can about a man before I involve myself in a relationship with them. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't want to allow another man to come into my life and break me. Don't settle for less. If you choose to be with somebody that's married, that's on you. That's on you. But I'm going to tell you, like this right here. Don't do it. This is part 1. I'm coming back on with part 2. I'm going to tell you why don't do it. I'm going to tell you what God said about it. So I'll be back with part 2.